how to maximize your borrowing capacity without using family trust. See, a lot of people in different videos, they talk about how you can use family trust structure to maximize your borrowing capacity. But in this video, I'm going to simplify for people, those who want minimum headache, good interest rate, as well as less accounting cost, and they don't want to buy like 5, 10, 15 properties. They only want to buy 1, 2, 3 properties, okay, but they still want to maximize the borrowing capacity. So in this video, I'm going to cover how you can achieve that. Just buying in your individual name, you can still have a good borrowing capacity. Here is how you can do it. Of course, see, some people like big branch, big banks. They walk into the branch, they say, oh, I like this location, they give me good rate, I'll go get the loan. But I always believe property investment wealth is not a one-man show. It has to be a team game, right? So you need to have a right mortgage broker in your team, and that's where they come in the picture. They know which bank allow you good borrowing capacity in your case. So if you have a like bonus income over time, or if you have a certain kind of a good demand, high demand profession like a nurse, doctor, dentist, anything like that. So those cases, different banks have different policies. So if you want to maximize your borrowing capacity, try approaching a good mortgage broker. If you don't know anybody, you can contact us and we will hook you up with someone we really work with and we trust them. So they know which bank will give you good borrowing capacity in your particular case. Now, once you get that one and now you want to maximize the borrowing capacity, you can also use interest only loan structure for your investment property. Generally what happens is, interest only loan, because you have, let's say you got 5 years interest only loan, so you have to pay down the principal and interest in 25 years time. So you need to have good borrowing capacity to get that. But some banks, they work differently. If you have interest only loan, they will only assess your borrowing capacity based on the current interest rate that you are going to pay. And some banks, they only have less assessment rate. Majority of the big banks, they have 3% buffer rate. When let's say you apply for a home loan, you're getting a 6% interest rate, but most of the banks, they assess your borrowing capacity based on 9% because they had 3% buffer rate. Some banks, they only had 2% buffer rates. So you need to go to a good broker who knows what he's doing. He will find you a bank that suits your need. Then also there are different banks, they will only calculate your borrowing capacity with only 1% buffer rate. So there are different structures, different assessment rate for the banks. And now the last part is, some banks, they will only calculate a borrowing capacity based on how much repayments you are actually making, not even an assessment rate. They don't even add like 1%, 2%, 3%. Some banks add like only 1.25, which is very minimum. And that's why if you have an interest only loan, obviously your monthly repayments will be lower, and that's how you can maximize the borrowing capacity. So to cut the long story short, even without using a family trust structure, spending a lot of money for the accountant, you don't want to buy so many properties, only 1, 2, 3, 4 properties, you can still achieve that target in your individual name if you have the right team with you. Thank you so much for watching this video. This is Priyank Patel. See you next time.